Welcome to Wharf Life During Quarantine, a video series focusing on the people of the District Wharf that make it a great place to live, work, and play. And now, day number 26 with the Whittiers. What's happening, guys?
Nothing. We're in Fishing Bay, which is this cool little spot in the Piankatank
River.
The Piankatank River, which is super nice and secluded. And there's some boats anchored around us, one of which I think we passed yesterday coming out in a freaking gale out of the Rappahannock. The sail yesterday was pretty rough, to be honest. We had two sails up, quickly decided we could only have one sail up, and then it was about 5 foot plus rollers head on into a headwind for the last 5 miles to get out of the Rappahannock into the bay to make the swing over. So it was super hairy. Bruce slept the whole time though.
So we were in 3 spots in 24 hours.
Yeah, so
Right.
After we last chatted and we were in our little cove on Smith Creek, we went down the river and out and went into a little bay that's on actually it's in the Chesapeake Bay, but it's Ingram Bay, and we went to a marina there for a couple of days. There was some serious weather coming in, and we ended up staying there 5 or 6 days because the bay, like the crabbers came that were running out of there, and they're crabbers from Tiber Island. They keep a boat over here, and they're all like, "We're not going out today. This is insane." So if the crabbers from Tangier Island, I said Tiber rather, Tangier Island are saying they're not going out, I'm not going out. So it was pretty rough. We stayed there for a couple of days, had no cell phone signal, but it was very pretty. We boogied out of there, and we came we went from there down to the Rappahannock and up to a little creek called Carter Creek, and we stayed at anchor there one night, and we were just kind of hanging out during the day, deciding what we were going to do, and we lost our anchor hold, so we were quickly approaching somebody's very expensive boat in their docks at a very good pace, and luckily the engine started, so we ended up anchoring in the main section of the creek across from some marinas and some giant houses. We stayed there for a night, and then yesterday is when we came in here.
Hey, did anybody ask questions?
Oh, yes, thank you. We have a couple questions. So Habe Elibani, who asked, how do you usually get food?
That's a good question. Well, before we left, we stocked up at all the grocery stores. And then most recently at Ingram Bay, we used their courtesy car and drove to the grocery store. Ideally, we tried to schedule a pickup where we would dinghy over and have the groceries delivered to the marina wherever we are and pick them up. But just like everybody else, everyone's running into time slot issues trying to schedule anything. So it's kind of the same way we would have if we were on land, we have to find a way to go to the grocery store. So I went last time in the courtesy car from the marina in my gloves and my mask. And I was there for about an hour, and halfway through I was ready to leave. And then, and we spent a ton of money at once. So I bought stuff that would last for 30 days or more. And right now we have a lot of food on board. We have
another question comes from our friend, Jean Link. And she wants to know, what do you have planted so far, and what would your ideal garden have in it?
Ooh, well, things that we have planted are by seeds. We have tomatoes, hot peppers, we have herbs. So we have thyme, cilantro, mint. What else do we have? Parsley. And then we have a windowsill style garden of things growing from already things that we have, like celery, carrot, lettuce, green onions, which were all recommendations also by Jean. And I think ideally, if we had maybe potatoes and zucchini, then we would be able to survive off of what we have on board completely. But hopefully in a few more weeks, a couple tomatoes start coming up and some peppers come up. And with the stuff that we already have, we're pretty good where we wouldn't have to go to the grocery store for a long time for anything fresh. So we'll have lettuce, celery, everything that will keep us alive and happy.
Yeah.
And we have a ton of hot sauce, so anything will taste good.
True.
How is your internet been? Are you connected to the news? Do you know what's happening in the outside world? And do you get to watch movies and shows?
We are 100% connected. The only time we had trouble was when we were actually at that last marina where we were hiding out. We were hiding from the big weather. We didn't have any internet there,
At all.
and we struggled. We could get text messages, but we couldn't. It was really hard to check email. It was really hard to really get a refresh on the news. But otherwise, we're up to date. And we stream Netflix and HBO, and we downloaded some stuff now in order to have backups because we don't want to be stuck where we were before, which is fine. We ended up playing cards. We played rummy, and we drank half of our stash.
Yeah, we played a lot of rummy.
So,
but we also figured out that we downloaded by accident Man the High Castle season 4, which is the final season, and it was spectacularly good. And honestly, we wouldn't have finished that series if we hadn't had been the only thing we could watch. So we were kind of happy about that.
What new words has Rue learned?
dinghy ride.
Yep, dinghy ride.
Generator.
Generator.
Can you say generator?
No, it's not gonna happen right now. But generator. It's just random stuff too. Like she'll just point at something and be like, home. She calls the boat home, which she'd been doing, but now she'll be like, as we're leaving out on the dinghy, bye home, or like coming towards it, hi home. Like so.
And actually, when she sees other sailboats, she says, more homes.
Yeah.
More homes.
Somebody's home.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this has been awesome. Good update.
Glad to hear you're doing well.
Right. Well, be safe out there.
Will do. Thank you.
And we'll catch up again at your next spot.
Sounds good.
Plan. Cool.
Aloha.
Avita.
Adios.